Good evening and welcome to Idea TV News Update. I am Cynthia Bassi. We begin with the headlines. TETRACORE Energy Groups wins first indigenous energy. Over 9,000 primary school pupils receive uniforms in KANO local government area. And Zambia moves to amend the Electronic Government Act to strengthen digital services. And Nigeria suspends 120 billion naira to rehabilitate medical schools and expand nursing enrollment. ICT Africa Summit to take place in Algiers, April 21st to 23rd this year. Away from Africa, Pakistan more fire death toll rises to 67. And in business, AFREXIMBANK ends credit rating relationship with Fitch eyes Africa-led alternative. In sports, RODMAN becomes world's highest paid female footballer. And now the news in full. TETRACORE Energy Group has been honored with the Indigenous Energy Excellence and Strategic Award by Nigeria House Davos, recognizing the company's leadership and impact in Nigeria's energy sector. The award highlights TETRACORE's contributions to gas infrastructure, power solutions, and the advancement of indigenous enterprises in Africa. Nigeria House Davos, the country's official national pavilion at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland, showcased TETRACORE's strategic vision, investment initiatives, and commitment to sustainable energy development. Dr. Olakunle Williams, President and CEO of TETRACORE, emphasized the importance of stable regulatory frameworks, patient capital, and reinvestment within Africa to scale energy solutions and foster long-term sectoral growth. The award underscores the broader recognition of indigenous Africa energy companies, celebrating those that address domestic energy challenges while aligning innovation, policy, and investment to drive sustainable development. TETRACORE's achievement reflects the growing role of local enterprises in shaping Africa's energy future on the global stage. Over 9,000 primary one pupils in public schools across Taruani local government area Kano have received free school uniforms in a bid to strengthen basic education in the state. The distribution was launched by Taruani local government chairman Alhaji Ahmed Ibrahim Muhammad Sekure at the Islamic Propagation Center Conference Hall. The Sekure said the initiative aligns with the Kano state government's commitment under Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf to revitalize education, providing young learners with a solid foundation for quality learning. Officials including the Education Secretary, Comrade Bashir Muhammad Kakasara, and the Local Government Information Officer, Adamu Ilyasu Hotoro, reaffirmed the department's commitment to implementing state education programs. Parents and guardians were urged to support their children's education, highlighting it as a key tool against social vices. The initiative complements efforts by Shubeb and the Commissioner for Education, Malam Ali Haruna Makoda, to ensure inclusive access to education. Now moving on, the Zambian government is advancing plans to modernize its digital public services through amendments to the Electronic Government Act No. 41 of 2021. The Electronic Government Amendment Bill seeks to reform or remove legal and operational barriers that currently require physical documents or handwritten signatures, slowing the shift to fully digital processes. Under the proposed changes, electronic submissions and digital authentication conducted through approved government systems would gain legal recognition. The bill also targets fragmented vendor-locked systems that hinder data sharing, emphasizing the need for governance, policy, and legal alignment alongside technical upgrades. The amendments include stronger provisions for data protection, cybersecurity, and inclusive access, ensuring non-digital options remain available where needed. Feedback from ongoing stakeholder consultation will be incorporated before the final draft is submitted to the Ministry of Justice, supporting Zambia's goal of seamless, citizen-focused digital government. Now, the Nigerian government has invested over 120 billion naira to rehabilitate 18 medical schools nationwide and increase enrollment in medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, and nursing. The announcement was made during the 56th convocation of the University of Lagos UNILAG, where the president's address was delivered by Education Minister Tunji Alausa. The intervention includes plans to quadruple nursing school admissions, construct 8 medical simulation laboratories, and allocate over 27 billion naira for new student hostels. The initiative aims to address gaps in the health sector while strengthening clinical training and expanding access to medical education. President Bola Tinubu described education as the foundation of national renewal and reaffirmed the government's commitment to uninterrupted academic sessions, highlighting a new agreement with ASU that has ended recurring strikes. The convocation celebrated 16,506 graduates with 10,584 first degrees and diplomas and 5,782 postgraduate students graduating. UNILAG also honored distinguished academics, awarded gold medals, conferred doctoral and honorary degrees, and recognized outstanding PhD theses, including achievements by Hamid Taju, who earned a PhD in French at 78, and Oba Suleiman Bangbade, the Olofin of Isheri, who graduated with a Master's in Systems Engineering. The 2026 third form cycle will also dedicate over 100 billion naira to rehabilitate engineering and technology faculties in 12 universities, supporting modern equipment procurement, workshop upgrades, and new facility construction. Still in the news, the ICT Africa Summit, a premier event on digital innovation, connectivity, and transformation, is set to return for 6th edition from April 21st to 23rd this year at the CEFEX Exhibition Center in Algiers. The summit will convene policymakers, tech companies, startups, and investors to foster a more inclusive and sustainable digital ecosystem across Africa. Following the 2025 edition, the 2026 summit will emphasize cross-border collaboration, innovation, and digital transformation, aiming to accelerate the continent's progress in technology adoption and digital infrastructure. Participants will explore cutting-edge solutions, policy frameworks, and investment opportunities that can drive growth across Africa's digital economies. The event also highlights Africa's growing tech talent, including entrepreneurs and innovators developing platforms for AI, fintech, e-health, and digital services. Notable examples include Abdel Sabor Benzegane, connecting patients with doctors online, Eli Yusa, centralizing local services data with Find app, and Stefan Lavry, supporting African SMEs through Madata. We're now going on a quick break. The news continues when we return.
You just have to get started. Facebook wasn't the first thing I built. I also built chat systems and games, study tools and music players, and I'm not alone. J.K. Rowling got rejected 12 times before she finally wrote and published Harry Potter. I don't know how to build a dam. I don't know how to get 1 million people involved in anything. Well, let me tell you a secret. No one does when they begin. Ideas don't come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. You just have to get started.
Enhancing cybersecurity. As cyber attacks grow more sophisticated, cybersecurity technologies are evolving to defend against them. AI-driven threat detection systems, zero-trust architectures, and advanced encryption methods are becoming the new norm. However, keeping up with rapidly evolving threats is a challenge, especially for industries that handle sensitive data like finance and healthcare. The cybersecurity market is expected to reach $248.26 billion by 2024. But the constant need for innovation and adaptation means businesses need to stay vigilant.
Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is Idea TV News Update. Now, the rest of the news. Away from Africa, at least 67 people have been confirmed dead after a devastating fire tore through Gul Plaza, a major shopping complex in Karachi, Pakistan's largest city. Police say 77 people are still missing. 3 days after the blaze broke out on Saturday evening. Rescue and recovery efforts have been slowed by scale of destruction at the 6,500 square meter complex, which housed about 1,200 shops. Authorities say some victims were found as partial remains, with 67 skulls recovered so far, while only 15 bodies have been formally identified. Witnesses blame the high death toll on locked fire exits, overcrowding and panic, especially as the mall was packed due to the wedding season. Police confirmed that 13 of the 16 exits were locked at the time of the fire. The cause of the blaze is still under investigation as officials face mounting questions over safety enforcement and building regulations. Now in business news, the Africa Export-Import Bank, AFREXIMBANK, has officially terminated its credit rating relationship with Fitch Ratings, citing a misalignment between Fitch's assessments and the bank's establishment agreement, mission and mandate. The announcement was made in a statement on Friday following an internal review of the partnership. Despite ending ties with Fitch, AFREXIMBANK reassured stakeholders that its business fundamentals remain robust, highlighting strong shareholder backing, legal protections embedded in its founding agreement, and its ongoing commitment to promoting trade and economic integration across Africa. The move aligns with broader continental efforts to establish an Africa-led credit rating agency, the African Credit Rating Agency, AFCRA, intended to provide an alternative to the global Big Three agencies, Fitch, Moody's, and S&P. Africa policymakers have long criticized international ratings for misrepresenting regional risk, raising borrowing costs, and underestimating local institutional frameworks. AFCRA aims to issue its first sovereign rating soon, offering assessments that better reflect Africa's unique economic realities. And finally, in sport, Washington Spirit forward Trinity Rodman has become the world's highest-paid female footballer after signing a 3-year contract with the club running through 2028. The deal, confirmed by her agent and reported by BBC Sport, is worth about $2 million per year, including bonuses. The 23-year-old United States international had been a free agent since her previous contract expired at the end of December 2025. Her new salary is enabled by the National Women's Soccer League's high-impact player rule, introduced in December, which allows clubs to exceed the salary cap for exceptional talents. Rodman, a former NWSL Rookie of the Year, has won the league title with Washington Spirit and helped the United States secure Olympic gold in Paris in 2024. Club owner Michelle Kang described her as a generational player, calling the deal a game-changing moment for women's football. And that's all we have for you on Idea TV News Update. But before we go, here is the recap of the headlines. We brought to you news that TETRACORE Energy Group wins first Indigenous Energy Excellence Award at Nigeria House Davos. Over 9,000 primary school pupils receive uniform in KANO State. And Zambia moves to amend the Electronic Government Act to strengthen digital services, while Nigeria spends 120 billion naira to rehabilitate medical schools, expand nursing enrollment. An ICT Africa Summit to take place in Algiers from the 21st to 23rd of April this year. Away from Africa, Pakistan more fire death toll rises to 67. And in business, AFREXIMBANK ends credit rating relationship with Fitch, eyes Africa-led alternative. In sport, RODMAN becomes world's highest-paid female footballer. And now, do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms at Idea Television. I am Cynthia Bassi. Thank you for watching.